What's up, broods and broodheads? It's the PicoDudes. And I'm Jeremy Hidalgo, and with me is the arm-rubbing, knee-slapping, beer-drinking Sam Rathert.
What's up, broods and broodettes?
I don't know where that intro came from.
No, that was great. You caught me.
Were
You caught me.
you doing all of those things?
I was doing at least one of those things. We'll leave it up to listener imagination.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, you found a bonus episode.
Bonus!
I don't know if we'll treat this like an Easter egg. It's just, hey, if you listen to our podcast...
This is like hiding Easter eggs for your 2-year-old. It's right in the middle of the ground with the floor. It's like, you can't miss. You're going to fall on that Easter egg. So
it's just there. It automatically uploads to your iTunes.
exactly.
Or your Stitcher or wherever.
There was no effort put into hiding this Easter egg. We suck as parents and podcasters.
And Easter bunnies.
And Easter bunnies, yes.
So what we're gonna do today is we've got 2 beers. We just wrapped up another episode.
Beers. That's a great brewery right by us.
That is a great brewery right by us.
2 beers.
I would like to see them have some Pico packs.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll review some of theirs in a bonus episode.
Bonus.
But anyways, we just wrapped up another great one of Sam's brews, and on a previous episode,
Raccoon.
Rocky Raccoon.
Isn't that how they talk? Raccoon.
You know, I was trying to think where the Rocky Raccoon came from, and I was thinking like Rocky
and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, but that's a
He
squirrel.
was a flying squirrel.
Yeah, so.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
And I don't even know what Rocky sounded like.
But that trick never works. That's how he sounded.
Is that how he sounded?
Nothing up my sleeve.
The voice I was going to attempt sounded like the woodchuck. Fast as fast can be, I'll never catch me. You know, from like Full House and all that crap.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Horrible.
Droopy
Anyways,
Dog says, oh boy.
that should be Drinky
Every
Drinky Dog.
Irish guys go,
That should be Drinky Dog.
Drinky Dog. That's about right. Sorry.
Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we've got 2 nice IPAs that we're gonna compare.
We don't know if they're nice. We have never tried either one of these beers before.
I'm assuming they're nice because their cans are pretty.
Only one comes in a can.
Well, one's can is pretty, and the other one is
comes in a fine bottle.
Is a juicy Haze IPA Voodoo Ranger. And who can resist a bottle with a skeleton wearing a ranger hat and goggles?
But it's from New Belgium.
Yeah,
New Belgium.
So,
which is so they're bought out in their big Colorado brewery now. They're still the guys a fat tire that got me into drinking. So
yeah,
can't knock them down. Now what we're hoping, should we tell them what beers we've got?
We should.
What are you holding in your hand?
I've got the Fremont Lush IPA.
Fremont, local brewery. We love them. Yep. They are a stone's throw from the Pico Brew headquarters.
Literally.
You can walk over there and meet them for lunch. Ideas. But they've got lots of great beers.
Yes, they do. They have like a summer ale that they played with Pico packs, and for whatever reason we never got that summer ale. But
nope.
You know what? I went and bought cans of it anyways, and it was delicious. So now we're gonna try this Lush IPA.
We are.
Then we're gonna try the New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA.
Haze IPA.
Well, because they have a Voodoo Ranger that's just an IPA, which
really
is minus the Juicy Haze.
There's no Juicy Haze. So this is, and you're taking care of me here because
that's just lazy writing right there. Like lazy naming of your beer.
Yes.
Instead of coming up with a new name and label, they just, anyways.
That's almost like when we were kids and they had beer at the grocery store and it was that white can with the 4 black letters BEER. Do you remember generic beer?
Yeah. It's kind of like the house wine labels.
Oh. So I have, and Jeremy's doing me solid because I've told him I've kind of, remember me, not a hophead, don't like it, not into IBUs. And
used to.
I am, so this, and I know I'm late to the game, but Citro Mosaic are suckering me in again. I'm starting to try some of these others, El Dorado and stuff, and I'm finding that I'm really becoming a fan of some, and I find I'm still not a fan of others, but some hops. And I've also mentioned a couple of hazy IPAs I've had that are really good. So this case, you're getting us one from Fremont.
Yep.
We can put up against these New Belgium boys and girls. And so this new Fremont, I'm a little nervous. It is a 7% beer, this new Fremont. I just melded them into one beer, sorry. Fremont Brewing's Lush IPA is a 7% beer. that I'm going to crack open, and I'm not going to drink this whole thing right off the bat. I'm going to try some so we can taste it.
Pace yourself. We got a little bit of time.
I will paste myself.
Paste it. Pasties. Why don't you open your can into the microphone so people can hear we're doing this?
Oh, proof. That wasn't a Pepsi, I swear. We've never had a drink on this show. Everything's been made up. April Fools in 5 years will come out and admit that.
We've never tasted any of the beers we
Never even
review.
brewed a Pico pack. They've never heard of us.
We
All
just
right.
paid some guy to act like Mike Brennan.
Yeah. You know what I really like on this can is after giving a wonderful description of this brewery and this lush tropical hops and all this, it has a quote. For a moment, nothing happened. Then after a second or so, nothing continued to happen.
Douglas Adams.
Douglas Adams. Rest in peace, Douglas. For those who remember, I want to say that was, I'm guessing, from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when they're trying to fire up the Infinity engine.
Mm-hmm.
But what a great author, and I'm glad to see that they grabbed that quote.
Yeah, so a little bit about this beer. Besides the awesome quote from Douglas Adams, it smells divine. It's
Guava.
current ingredient list is 2-row pale and honey malts with citra and mosaic hops
That is my
and
joint.
citra lupulin powder.
Citra lupulin powder.
So if you don't know, lupulin is the it's like a powder
It's like
on
gelatin?
the hops.
Oh.
It's like, I want to say it's like a pollen dust almost, but it's not pollen. It's lupulin, and
It's like a car, but it's not a car. It's a boat.
yeah, there's minus the wheels. Anyways, so that's it. I hear you tasting it. I haven't yet poured mine. It's alcohol by volume 7%, IBUs of 80.
80?
Color is bright orange. I don't know what that is on the SRM scale, but I'm pretty good at guessing, and I'd say this is about a 5.
You just put a lot of beer.
I put a lot of foam.
You also did a lot of foam.
Holy foam.
Yeah, this is a
Shimoli.
4 or 5 on the SRMs.
Aroma, melon, tropical, citrus, spice. All of that is true.
Nailed
This smells
it.
so good.
This smells like Hawaii.
Ah,
You
I just inhaled the foam. That's
Um,
going to be pleasant.
But it smells amazing.
Would you say the flavor is juicy, tropical, citrus, and pepper?
Well, let's try it and find out. Why don't you take a big sip of your foamy beer
can't
there?
get through
You
the
can't
foam.
do it. I'm going to take a sip. You talk.
I'm going to drink it out of the can.
Ooh, that's genius. Tastes like aluminum.
aluminium.
Disagree.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, there is no at when you spell aluminum. It's not IUM at the end. It's just UM.
no, it's aluminum, and that's why people who say aluminium suck because they can't read.
Gosh, I feel like we've just started a new hot debate.
We have. The dress was blue. He's saying, I can't remember that.
Was it Lanny or Iggy or
Yeah, Iggy.
I can't remember what.
Anyways, so this beer, you said IBUs of 80.
80.
Have you tasted it yet?
I have.
If you tasted it, what would you guess? And so hard now because you already told us.
No, I would say it's more like it feels like a 70.
I was gonna say 45.
Well, it's got such a it really does have a tropical flavor
does.
to it. So it is that,
And there's almost no bitterness.
yeah.
To me, so I don't normally like those IBU beers because I think it's a search for bitterness. Now, IBUs is a made up, basically, measurement. Almost every brewer out there, because it's almost impossible to measure, simply does a bunch of math and based on that guesses what the IBUs of their beer are. But it's you can double check me on that. But
So all you international bittering unit aficionados is there like a standard? Like, do they write a standard that says in order, like, this is the measurement of one bittering unit?
no, it is. There is a measurement to it, and it's look up how you measure IBUs. The problem is it's almost impossible to actually perform that measurement. It's a calculation you can make.
Is used to approximately
Thank
quantify
you.
the bitterness of beer. The scale is not measured on. I hate when it switches pages. The scale is not measured on. It's not even the same sentence I was reading.
That's okay. But IBUs are usually accepted, except in England, I think they sometimes use EBUs or something like that.
Like,
Um,
oh, England. Oh, I got it. It's like, ew, bittering units.
but EU. No, it's not. It's EBs. But it truly is. It's a approximation, and it doesn't actually tell you how bitter it is. It tells you how bitter it might be, depending on how they brewed it.
Okay. Well, this might be 80, but it tastes like wonderful. Like it's
And the sweet can off balance the bitter, and I think it's got a lot of that tropical sweet, but
Yeah.
enough of the bitter that the sweet isn't cloying or sugary. It's simply refreshing and delicious.
yeah. I was gonna say that this does like the bitter. You can pick up on it because once I swallow the beer and just kind of let it, I can get that little
Back
bit
of
of
the
beer. Yeah, the
tongue
back
and-
of the tongue, back of the throat.
You even get it on first mouthfeel before
Yeah.
you've actually tasted, before you've allowed air in to taste the beer, and just like, whoa.
And I do get that little bit of peppery, just a little tiny hint of it. Man, this is so good.
I'm not sure how many of these I could drink, both because of the alcohol level and because it is strong in flavor all the way around.
It is. It's a full bodied.
It's got that nose, like you said, that tropical nose, but it still has that grapefruit that I get out of Mosaic and that kind of bite.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that sourness like
It's like grapefruit with sugar on it.
yeah, guavas are really good.
I like guava.
com-
And the nose is
comparison.
all guava.
Whoever the person is who described this beer on the Fremont Brewing website is
Oh, what'd they say?
spot freaking on. I think I read it. Like aroma melon, tropical citrus spice, flavor juicy tropical citrus and a little bit of pepper.
Gotcha.
We bring this tropical treat to you as a gift from the Pacific Northwest. Lush is brewed with a hand-selected blend of malts and lush tropical hops reminiscent of lime, mango, and guava.
That's it.
Because beer matters. All right. Well, that's that. You want to get into this Voodoo Ranger, or you want to just sit and
Well,
drink and make people listen to us talk about stuff?
I do have to point out that we have to get through the rest of what I've already got here.
All right. Well, I think we drink this one from the bottle.
Yeah, we could do that. Mosaic. The name Mosaic was given to the variety because of the complex and broad aromas it imparts and clean bittering. So,
Not because they like Frankensteined a bunch of different hops together to get
no,
like patchwork.
I patchwork hops. No, but the people, Jason Perot has a hop breeding company called Select Botanicals, and the hop breeding company, actually the name of the company, they've created Mosaic, Citra,
Galaxy?
Simcoe, not Galaxy that I know of, but three of the most popular, especially West
Yeah.
Coast hops right now.
Yeah. Simcoe's a good one.
So I'm like, wow, these guys. It's now the sixth highest production hop in the U.S. So that's enough about the Mosaic. But yes, Mosaic, Citra, you're getting both of them very in your face.
Is it safe to say that you are a fan of this beer?
It is. It is good. I don't like it as much as the MB30.
Hmm.
And
It is a little bit more over the top than the MB30.
and that's what I'm finding is I got another beer over the weekend, and I'm trying to remember the name. It's from Elysium, and it was like Dream something, but it
not super fuzz.
wasn't Super Fuzz. It wasn't Barfy Hop or whatever that one's called. It's not.
with the tiger shooting
Ooh.
lasers out their eyes.
I think it's the tiger shooting lasers out its eyes.
Is it?
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's look that one up. But it was so much. It went right back to my not happy place. It
Really?
was overpowering in its flavors and bitterness, to the point where I couldn't really just enjoy the beer. Definitely not with much food, unless that food was also very strongly flavored.
right.
And I popped an MB30 and I tasted them side by side. And I'm like, oh, I just prefer this one so much more.
Dayglow?
Dayglow, that's it.
All
Dayglow.
right. Dayglow IPA. Yeah.
That was a strong IPA. But it's got some of the same character, but not as tropical as this.
Guess what the IBUs on that were? On the Dayglow.
70?
Quote, unquote. Well, let me say, quote, stuck in the mid 60s, unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think this is better done. And keep in mind that the human taste buds can't really acknowledge anything much beyond 80 in IBU's measurement. So if you see them it's 100, 120, oh, good for you. No one really can tell because the tongue can only taste so much.
All right. Well, let's look at this Voodoo Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger, Juicy Haze IPA.
Juicy Haze. Haze.
And we got to put this one in the glass because I want to see the haze. I mean, this is a very clear beer from Fremont. This
Challenge
Lush IPA.
accepted. I will drink the rest of this beer.
Oh, that's a lot of beer. Go for it. So I'm going to pour some of this Voodoo Ranger in because we're going from the clear to the haze. Haze isn't just for Hefeweizens anymore, guys.
Heck no, this is hazy like my memory of the Denny Con production.
Oh my gosh. I have to listen to that podcast just to remember what happened that day.
Yeah.
It's like, really? I don't remember that. So what are we looking at here? This is even stronger.
Visual, deep pale orange with an opaque haze. Aroma, very strong hop aroma of citrus, lemon, some orange, lime, and grapefruit. And tropical, guava and pineapple, with light grassy and caramel-like malt aroma. Let's see. I agree with all... Dude, it's taste... I get the pineapple. Do you get pineapple on that? I get pineapple. That's like... Oh, that's amazing. I like that. That aroma is really good.
Yes.
The caramel kind of rounds out this, so it's like that Dole Whip. You know, you were just in Hawaii. Have you ever been like they have that Dole Whip when you go to the Dole farm or whatever?
My kids are addicted.
Are they?
They have them at Disneyland.
Do they have? Okay.
If you
That's
go-
what this smells like.
Yeah.
Is it just me or is that it? But with
I
like beer.
think it is. I'm still getting teriyaki.
Oh, seriously. Flavor.
We have learned in the future we will not use strongly scented and flavored foods before beer tasting.
Flavor is a little sweet initially, becoming smoothly bitter. You know what I'm learning from these descriptions?
People are really good describing their beer.
Yeah, and also I don't feel like I feel like I try too hard to find
To
like
get
a
fancy?
whole bunch of descriptors when there's just a few
Keep
of them.
it simple.
Sure. We should probably take a BJCP course if we're going to have a podcast where we explain what we taste.
Man, it just
ABV 7.5 on this?
that's what I said. This is a lot of beer.
Yeah.
You've seen the Grand Tour,
Yeah.
and I enjoy just as much them driving the car, going, "Woo! I love this car. This car is amazing. This is great."
Power!
Yeah, power. And instead of sitting here and describing, well, you get this kind of feel on the foot, and then this kind of, all the specs. I'm like, I don't care. Are you loving driving that car?
Yeah.
Because that's us. Do you
Yeah.
really like this beer or not? Hopefully, that's what most people care about.
And most people can relate to, yeah, I know what Coors Light tastes like. Yeah, I know what a Newcastle Brown Ale tastes like. And if I mix the two, okay, I'm kind of there with you. Yeah. All right.
I want to mix the two to see if you're anywhere close.
Man.
That's an experiment.
That would be an experiment. See how good my recollection is. ABV on this 7.5, IBU's 42. Yeast, American Hefeweizen.
There you go.
Calories 230. That's not something we talk about much.
We don't want to, or we will be doing a tea podcast soon.
My wife's gonna listen and go, "Oh, I bought you these little tasters because you guys are getting your dad bods going on."
Oh, so much dad bod.
And at some point, you just
I'm winning the race
no,
to having dad bod
not true. We work out every day.
every day.
Hardcore.
How today? Hey,
What? Oh, I'm the arm rubber. Hops. So the hops in this are Citra, Cascade, Centennial, Simcoe, Nugget.
Whoa! Someone snuck nugget in there.
Who put this Nugget in here? What kind of hop is that? Like, I wonder if it has or looks like.
No. Let's move on from that. Like the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah. Or the Dank Nuggets.
Why do you have to say that?
What, Nugget?
No, dank. You know those words? There's words like,
Like
moist.
moist.
That people just, dank is one of
Yeah.
those words.
I heard reek is another one that one of our friends dislikes. He's gonna love
Reek.
reek.
Reek. I hope he's listening.
Yeah, he's gonna love this. This is for you, Josh.
Ah, so reek.
This beer smells good. It reeks of yumminess.
Do you know Nugget is an extremely popular hops for brewing?
I have never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either, but it turns out that it is actually pretty popular. It's a cross between Brewer's Gold and a high alpha acid male. I don't know what that means. But it's the mother of Millennium hops and is second for the amount grown in Oregon, just south of us. So welcome, Nugget, our local hop, to our beer. You've done good things in our mouths.
Yeah, I'm welcoming it to my palate. This is good. It's mellower.
It's got the alpha acid though, so the Nugget's what provides the oomph. It
That's
is
really
mellower. It is mellower than I was expecting.
That's a little bit more drinkable.
Exactly. So when you get to, hey, I can sit around and...
That is a lot closer to your NB30.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think it's more complex, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I would have to try them both again side by side.
Yeah.
This has got, and remember, it was kind of hazy.
Yep.
So this is much more similar to the NB30 and
a little bit more of that caramel flavor. Oh, like they said, there's a little bit of the malty.
I so want this Fremont to be better, because smell it again. Just smell it concentrated, even just in the can.
Oh, it smells amazing.
It smells better than it tastes, because I think it's got too much. Remember I said it didn't have as much bite as I thought for an IBU 80. Tasted up against this other one, which is only a 42.
This is so mellow compared to that, and it's really good.
And it makes it way more drinkability.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I have 4 more of these in the refrigerator.
Lucky. That's a good beer. But this isn't the beer you're going to drink a lot of, because it's 7.5% alcohol. It will catch you and spank you.
Yeah, I think these aren't beers that you're gonna like the situation.
These
where
aren't
you
party
drink
beers where you
these,
down 4 or 5.
Definitely not session beers, unless you're just like out to get
unless your
hammered.
Session is at your house.
You've got the Uber lined up for the evening, and the kids are staying overnight at the grandparents'.
Oh my, this is going to be a good night.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could see this is the kind of beer you enjoy with a really good meal. You might have when you're sitting outside at the end of a long day and you're just planning on having 1-2 tops. Watching your kids play in the yard, or maybe, barbecuing something up, but probably not something you're going to drink a lot of. So
if you just want one beer, hey honey, I'm just going to have one beer while I mow the lawn. This is that beer.
Your lines on your lawn are going to be a little crookedy at the end.
Not just from one, though.
Yeah.
You can get by with just one. I think they're pretty good. So if we were judging these by a very simple 1 to 5 scale, where do you put Fremont?
If I brewed either of these on my Pico brew, I would be.
You brewed either one, they're a 4.5 or 5, because you are stoked.
I think
this Fremont is so full of everything.
Yeah, I think I'm at like a 3.5 on the Fremont.
Me too.
And I think the Voodoo Ranger gets a 4. No, you don't give it a 4?
I'm with you at 3.5 on the Fremont. The Ranger might sneak into 4.5.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm getting that. I'm finding it's an American pale ale, hazy, with lower IBUs. I'm finding my sweet spot. And again, maybe it's my gateway to IPA.
Well, I think it's for you. It's the IBUs. I don't like super high IBU beer. Well, that's not true, because I like a lot of the porters and stouts.
It's dark,
and it's not because the IBUs I can deal with. It's maybe the alpha acids.
Yeah.
I really like to feel that caramely, malty flavor in a beer. That
you don't
makes
get
me
any
happy.
of that. This cuts through all of that
on either one of these. I mean, you get a tiny bit of it in the
bit more in
Voodoo
the
Ranger,
Voodoo.
which is I think why prefer it, but I don't know, man. I like beer, and all styles are growing on me the more I drink them. So, bonus episode.
Time for a ghost.
Yeah, no.
I almost had you. I was going to bring one.
You almost had me. I think we still have one in the refrigerator at work.
We do. That's the one I almost brought.
Is it?
I saw it, and I was like, I should bring this.
Oh, no. Not unless you totally hate
Holy
me.
ghost.
We got to find somebody else. We've done a number of additional Holy
Ghost challenges.
Yeah. The thing is, and here's what I learned. Like, so we had a buddy, and again, we're in bonus range on this episode.
Is he no longer our buddy?
No, he's still our buddy.
Okay.
We still have our buddy. He's not like dearly departed due to the Holy Ghost or anything like that.
He's gone to join the Holy Ghost.
But he did kind of like it. Well, he didn't
spit it out or make any faces. I mean,
he just was like, yeah, it's a ghost.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So, and then he drank some more of it and kind of stole our fun.
But he drank some more of it.
But he drank some more, like willingly.
Then we didn't have to make a bet.
Nope.
We didn't have to do a dare.
We didn't have to say, we didn't have to say, if you cuss or you say something or you look at your phone,
so
then
that's
you have to take a drink.
That was our lunch rule. So we go to a place, the shop that's, I don't know, they got to have 100 cars that are all worth $100,000 or more. So awesome garage to walk through.
Yeah.
But we go there and have a lunch, and they have ghosts in the can, the Holy Ghost.
Yep.
And we'll bring one out, set in the middle of the table. Everybody else gets what they want to eat and drink. But the rule is, if you look at your electronics, you take a drink.
Yep.
And it was unreal how hard. I had no idea how much, just over the course of a lunch, every time it buzzes, every time it dings, every time something happens, or you're just checking the time, or you just want,
you got to take a drink. And like 3 out of the 4 of us were like, oh,
yes.
It's going to ruin my
And one guy's like,
lunch.
great, extra beer for me. And so what's fun is when you try and trick each other, like, oh my gosh, what year did that happen? and someone goes, oh, I know. And they pull it and they go, gotcha.
You've got to take a drink.
Yeah. So that's the Holy Ghost challenge. Find ways to set up a challenge, make your life a little more interesting.
Yeah, I did that. So I took a can and I poured it in 5 different glasses with some of our peers at work, and they all tried it. 2 out of the 5 weren't excited about it. Everybody else thought,
yeah, that's not bad. They weren't excited, but they weren't turned off. They drank it.
Yeah, they probably would have been okay with you barfing in their mouth too. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah,
come on, too far. That's
Really?
only if they drank the whole can.
Oh, or one mouthful. I mean,
it was pretty bad.
So anyhow,
who knows? Maybe we'll come back to that in a year or two. We'll be like singing the praises and brewing up some ghosts.
Yep. So that's the end of our bonus episode.
Yeah.
We don't have anything else to talk about except for inappropriate stuff.
Yeah. So before we tip off the deep end, we should probably say,
PicoDudes
out.
You've reached the end of another episode of the PicoDudes podcast. Connect with us at PicoDudes.com, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And if you enjoyed our show, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give us a review wherever you listen to your podcasts, but mostly iTunes. Also, if you want a code that will help give you some discounts off of the Pico Brew equipment, Z150D equals $150 off of the Z Series. Pro, Pro 125D gives you $125 off of the Pico Pro, and C75D gets you $75 off of your purchase of a Pico C. We hope you enjoy listening. Look forward to hearing from you. PicoDudes out.